Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be doing a Shop My Stash, and it's the first time I've done this in probably over a year. I haven't changed out my makeup drawer, my everyday makeup drawer, in quite a while. So I'm excited to do that and start rotating through my collection and getting more use out of more of my items. So if you want to see what I end up choosing for the next couple of weeks, especially for this transition time getting into fall, then just keep watching and we'll get started. Alright, so it's kind of hard to get the whole drawer at once just because of the setup I have. But this is the top drawer of the Alex 9 drawers. On top I keep all my foundations, or most of them, my setting powders and my brushes, or setting sprays and my brushes. But this top drawer is where I kind of keep my everyday makeup that I grab for most often. So I hadn't switched this out in probably like a year. So right now I took everything out except for the stuff that is in my current project pan. So I have the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette, the e.l.f. Jelly Blush, the Fenty Beauty foundation stick, and my Essence bronzer, and the lip liner, the e.l.f. lip liner, is over here. And then this little container is eyeliners, mascaras, and brow products. That I'm just leaving everything in there because I don't have a large stash to choose from, and I like to switch out my mascara every couple of days and just try out new ones, so I always have like 2 or 3 open, so I'm just leaving everything in there. But the rest of this we're gonna fill up. So let's go to the first drawer and pick out some face products. Okay, so this is the second to last drawer in my Alex 9 drawers. It's the first of the deeper drawers, and this is kind of where I keep the majority of my collection. So I have all my face products in these 2 bins and kind of on the side here. Guess I'll do more like this. And then over here is more lip stuff, so we'll go through that in a couple of minutes. But the first thing I'm going to pick out is, well, I already have foundation because I'm trying to use up the Fenty Beauty foundation stick. So next I'm going to pick out concealer, which I keep kind of here in this little middle section of this tub. So I think the one I'm going to go for is the Maybelline Magic Eraser for under my eyes. I have this in the shade, I don't know what shade this is. It's probably the fair light one or the corrector one. Those, I usually get one of those. So I'm going to use this for under the eye. And then for any blemishes or any other areas on my face, I think I'm going to pick, I'm going to pick the Tarte of the Sea concealer. So I have the Power Flex one. And I have this one does have the shade in it. This is the shade Medium. Let's see if it'll focus. Medium Neutral, 32N. So that's a pretty good shade match for me right now. I'm starting to get a little more pale as my tan kind of fades. So I'll pick this for all over the face. So I got my 2 concealers. So next I'm going to pick a powder. So I think these 2 are a little too dark for me right now. So I can choose between my LYS powder, my Kosas Cloud Set powder, and the Catrice mattifying powder. I think I'm going to pick the LYS powder. I really just love this packaging too. I have the translucent shade, which I enjoy, so I think that'll be really good for just setting everything without adding any more color or coverage, so we'll add that to the drawer for the next few weeks. I already have a powder bronzer that I'm working on, the Essence bronzer. But I think I'm going to pick another one, a cream bronzer, for some extra contouring. So I have I have a few to choose from actually. I have my Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel back here, which I never use. I have the Tarteist Pro Glow palette that does have a cream bronzer over here. And then I also have a contour stick from Wet n Wild, and I have the Tarte one. I think I'm going to choose the Tarte one. This is fairly new to me, and I feel like I didn't really use it a ton this summer, and I really want to use it more. So I think I'm going to add this for some extra contouring, and I have the shade Breezy. And, oh, I just realized that'll go, these are kind of like from the same collection, so I'm using the concealer and the cream bronzer. So that's good. And then I'm working on the Jelly Pop blush from e.l.f. And then I didn't mention this, I also always keep this in my everyday makeup drawer too. It's just a Makeup Revolution blush palette. Okay, open. With all these colors in it. So I just kind of keep that up there. I don't really have any other blushes in my collection right now other than this and the Jelly Pop one. And, well, that's a lie. I do have, there is one or two in this Hourglass palette, but I'm not really feeling like I want to use that yet. I'm kind of trying to work through some of these, low-key pan them, or at least hit pan in them. And just, it's a lot of different shades. I've been mostly using this one this summer, so I think I'm just going to leave this in the top drawer. Okay, so let me think. Is that everything for base? Oh no, I need to choose a highlighter. So for highlight, let's see. I've kind of been reaching for the ColourPop one in Lunch Money recently, but I think I'm ready to switch it up. You know what? I think I'm going to pull out my Mary Luminizer from the Balm. I haven't used this in forever. I actually repressed this over the summer because I had hit pan and then I was trying to hit pan again after I repressed it. So I think I'm going to pull this back in. So that will be my highlighter for the next couple weeks. Alright, so I think that's it. I got everything. I have foundation, I have powder, I have concealer, I have bronzer and contour, I have blush, and I have highlight. So since I already have this drawer open, let's go ahead and also pick out some lip items. So I already have the e.l.f. lip liner in the color, what is it? Dusty Rose. This is what I'm using. This is what I'm currently kind of trying to pan by the end of the year. So it's just a nice neutral pink tone. So I think that's kind of what I'm going for right now with the kind of, it's still pretty warm where I live, but I'm definitely ready to start transitioning to fall. So I think I'll have that lip liner. Most of my lip liners in this back one. So I think I'm also, even though they're very similar colors, I think I'm also going to pull in my Charlotte Tilbury. Oh my gosh, how did I forget Pillow Talk? The Pillow Talk lip liner. Let's see, can you focus? Kind of. I've used quite a bit of this, and it is kind of a similar shade. So that's the e.l.f. and that's the Charlotte. So they're pretty similar, but I don't know. It's good to just have two in the mix for some variety. And then for lipstick, I think I'm going to pull in, this Bite lipstick in Kava. I know Bite is, I think they're still mostly going to sell their lipsticks, at least at the lip bars and stuff. I'm not sure. But I really like this color. It's a nice neutral, like nude shade. Why are you not focusing? And as you can see, mine is pretty beat up. But I'm going to keep using it. I like that. And then for gloss, let's see. Ooh, I think I'm going to pull in this Revolution Friends gloss in the Monica shade. It's a nice, neutral, easy to wear gloss. And then I think I'm also, this is pretty new to me, I'm going to pull in the Bite gloss in Sugar Drizzle. I bought this from the website recently since I knew they were going out of business, and I was like, ooh, I can get it for really cheap. So this is new, so I want to keep using this. So I think that should be good for lips. If I have any sort of special occasions where I want a different color, I can just pull something else. So now let's switch to my eyeshadow palette drawer. Okay, so again, it's kind of hard for me to get the whole drawer, but in general, this is the eyeshadow palettes that I have. Over here I have all of, these are all ABH. I have Soft Glam, Subculture, Norvina, Modern Renaissance, and Sultry. I have the Ultimate Basics. I have an e.l.f. quad. These are 3 mini Natasha Denonas. This is a Makeup Revolution one. And then over here out of the frame is the original Naked palette. I have a Bare Minerals palette, another Makeup Revolution palette. I have 2 Tarte palettes here. I have a Pure eyeshadow palette, a matte quad that I made, and the newest one to my collection is this Sigma Enchanted palette. So this is going to be hard because typically what I do is I don't pick an eyeshadow palette or 2 to focus on every month. I kind of just like go with what I'm feeling that day, which I mean generally works well, but I think it would be kind of fun and a little bit of a challenge to pick 1 or 2 palettes to kind of focus on for the next couple of weeks and just kind of see how many different looks I can create with them that are wearable every day and just kind of switch up what I've been doing a little bit. So with that in mind, and also thinking about transitioning into more of a fall mindset without going straight to the fall colors, I think I can choose 1 or 2, maybe 3 palettes. Maybe I'll do 3 since this is kind of new. So I think the first one I'm going to choose, yeah, ooh, it's very dirty. I'm going to pull out my Natasha Denona Mini Nude palette. This I really like. It's pretty neutral and nude, as the name suggests, but I think it would be really good for starting to transition into those fall colors of the browns, the bronzes, the neutrals, the kind of gold color over here. So I think, and also this will be really wearable. I do have an office job, so, you know, I'm not really looking to wear super colorful looks on the regular, so I think this will be really good. And this is also my newest Natasha Denona Mini, so it'll be good to kind of get some more use out of it. So that's the first one I'm going to pull out. I think, let's see. You know what? It's kind of boring, but I honestly have not reached for my Ultimate Basics in such a long time. So I think I'm going to, oh, I forgot I still had the little mini brush in there. I think I'm going to pull this out too. I think it would complement the Nude Natasha Denona palette really well because these are all mattes except for this first shade. And yeah, this is also giving me kind of like getting into fall vibes with the more purpley colors over here, the darker browns and the blue grays. So yeah, I think I'm going to pull this in. Whoop! Now that I've dropped it, nothing broke. Okay, I think I'm going to pull this in for the next couple weeks as well. And then just for fun, and because I literally just got this a couple weeks ago and I just want to use it more, I'm going to pull in the Sigma Enchanted palette just for that extra little sparkle. So these colors are so pretty. I've really been liking this color over here, Budding. I want to use this Metamorphosis like duochrome shade more, and it's just been a really pretty palette. And again, I kind of feel like it does have some fall vibes going on with the purples and like the darker pinks and the browns. So yeah, I think those 3 palettes will be really good for kind of starting off this Shop My Stash series. So those are the 3 that I'm going to pull out for the month. And with that, I think I have chosen everything for the month. So I'm going to hop off and then do a run through of everything that I chose. Okay, so now that we went through my couple of drawers of my makeup collection and chose some items, I'm just going to recap everything that I chose so that it's pretty clear. And I just always like to sum up what I've chosen, and I like seeing that in other people's videos. So starting off with the face, I have already gotten the Fenty Beauty Foundation Stick in my project pan, so that will be staying in. And for concealer, I chose the Maybelline Magic Eraser and the Tarte of the Sea Power Flex Concealer in medium neutral. So those will be my 2 concealers for the next couple weeks. For face powder, I chose the LYS powder in translucent. I really like this packaging. I like the triangle shape. It's just fun. So yeah, the translucent shade. For blush, I'm already panning the e.l.f. Jelly Blush, but I also am keeping, I think this is going to be in my everyday makeup drawer for a very long time, this Makeup Revolution blush palette in Sugar and Spice. It's really the only powder blushes that I own at the moment, besides a few that are in another face palette that I'm just not really using right now because it's more wintry. So I'll be keeping this in for some powder blush options. And then similarly, I have the powder bronzer, the Essence bronzer that I'm panning, but I decided to pull in a cream bronzer, so I'm using the Tarte of the Sea cream bronzer in the shade Breezy. This is fairly new to my collection. I just got it over the summer, so I just want to use it more, especially for like contouring and shaping around the face. For highlighter, I chose the Balm's Mary Luminizer. This is an oldie but a goodie. I repressed this recently, so it looks nice and flat in the pan, so hopefully I'll hit pan on this again soon. But just excited to start using this again and switch things up. For eye palettes, I decided to choose some kind of neutral palettes that have more some like purples and browns in them to start transitioning into the fall time. So I have the Natasha Denona Mini Nude palette. Love those colors. I'm pulling in my Urban Decay Ultimate Basics. Again, nice neutral matte palette that has some more of these like reds and browns down here that I think will be really fun for transitioning into fall. And then for kind of a more fun palette, I pulled in my Sigma Enchanted palette, the mini version, just like the glitters and the duochrome in the middle. I think will just add a little bit of fun to some looks. Lips, I have the e.l.f. lip pencil in Dusty Rose in my project pan. I pulled in the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk pencil just to have another kind of neutral pink to be working on. For lipstick, I got the Bite Beauty lipstick in Kava. It's just a really, really nude, neutral skin tone color that works really well with those pink lip liners, especially if we're doing like an ombre lip. And these are just so creamy, and I hope they keep making these even though Bite is going out of business. At least like other makeup wise, I think they're still keeping their lipsticks and stuff. And again, I'm pulling in my Bite lip gloss in Sugar Drizzle to go with that. I just think they would complement each other, and I just want to get more use out of this. And then for neutral gloss, I have this Makeup Revolution neutral gloss from the Friends collection in the Monica shade. So yeah, that is everything that I have chosen for my Shop My Stash for the next few weeks. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm excited to start doing more Shop My Stash videos. And I will see you in my next video next week for an update on how my project pan is going. I'll see you all then. Bye.